Welcome to Always Looking Up. Lisa here, and I've been inspired to do a vlog today. It's been a while, and it's time to get back to business. A lot of things have been on my mind lately. Things are looking up. Got a contract on my former home, so things are looking up. I always thought that things were going to kind of change in 2010, and it looks like maybe they are, so that's exciting. But I wanted to talk today about a subject that I feel very important about, that I feel is very important, I should say, which is envy and jealousy. Now you can see that on YouTube every once in a while rearing its ugly head, and it's happened since the dawn of man, and it's going to happen until man is no longer part of any equation. When I was young, I saw the world in a very different way. I looked at things that people had, that people got to do, and wondered why, maybe I couldn't do that, or maybe I couldn't have that very same thing. And it was like that for a very long while. I wasn't angry or resentful or anything like that, but I still had that little voice inside my head saying, well, what about you? Why can't you have that? Well, those feelings never kept me from trying to do anything that I wanted to do. People told me I couldn't be a nurse. I became a nurse for decades. People told me, oh, you can't do a radio show. Well, I went ahead and did 4 that I believe I've got under my belt at this point. So people tell me that, they told me I couldn't have kids, so I went ahead and had 2. People have loved to tell me that I can't do this and that, whatever. But back on the subject of envy and jealousy and how I dealt with it. Basically, I kind of kept it under wraps. I didn't act out in jealousy, but I'm really talking about deep-rooted envy and jealousy of other people and things in their life, things that they have, and things like that. And I'm going to give a very important example. The example was when I was in high school, 14, 15 years old, there was a girl, and she was in one of my classes, my French class, and she was absolutely an amazing, amazing person. She was drop dead gorgeous. She looked like Catherine Zeta-Jones kind of look. She was just absolutely gorgeous and tall and great figure, and every day she had the most stylish outfit, and her hair, this long brown hair flowing perfectly. She was always surrounded by the guys. I mean, even sitting in class or walking in the hall, there was always 3 or 4 guys either sitting with her or walking with her or whatever. She seemed smart. She seemed personable. She had a big smile. What was not to like? She, to this stupid little 14-year-old girl with the crazy curls and the glasses and the violin and all that kind of stuff, she seemed like somebody who had it all. She really did. She seemed like she had everything I could possibly want. Who was I? I had a boyfriend who dumped me because he had moved to school that year and didn't realize I wasn't one of the cool kids. So, that was my love life at 14. But what I'm trying to say is I learned a lesson from this girl being in my life. And yeah, she was just an acquaintance, but she taught me more than anybody's words or actions could have told me or taught me. She, of course, graduated. She was a couple years older than me. She graduated, and of course, I never heard from her or of her being in a couple of classes older than me. Well, it was when I was in college that a mutual friend, acquaintance of mine and this beautiful girl, she started talking to me. She hadn't seen me in years, and she started talking to me. And this acquaintance told me what happened to this beautiful young girl. She said that she'd finished college. She had graduated from one of the top colleges here in the state and got her degree. And then died. She had an aneurysm in her brain that burst when she was driving. Game over. Game over for her. She, as far as I know, never got married, never had children, never got a chance to get whatever fabulous career off the ground that she could have had. She did have a nice life while she was here on this earth, but when I found that out, my heart went out to her family and to her and their loss, because it was only a couple of years after that happened when I found out about it. So my first thought was, how sad for her family that had such hopes and expectations for her. And then my second thought was how ridiculous, how ugly, and how petty could I have ever been to have a moment of envy and jealousy towards that young woman. And so it really kind of slapped me against the face and just said, you don't need to be that way. You will have good times in your life. You'll have bad times in your life. And so does everybody else. And that's really how life works. If you want something, if you want your nursing degree, if you want your radio show, if you want your children, you have to go out and make that happen. I started thinking about, what all this really means. And to close out, I'm going to talk about real quickly, my favorite verse from the Bible, because I think it really says it all. It says it all. It's in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 7. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. Keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth, always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. That says it better than I could ever have said it. This is Lisa from Always Looking Up, and I will see you guys real soon. Thank you for all your support on my brand new channel, Ask Nurse Lisa, and I'll see you over there too. Don't forget to send your questions, and don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later.